Today I'm going to introduce you to two-point perspective, and we're going to be creating a three-dimensional artwork using two-point perspective. Three-point perspective can be both easier and a little bit more complicated than one-point perspective. In one-point perspective, you have three types of lines: vertical lines, horizontal lines, or lines that go to the vanishing point. In two-point perspective, you actually have two vanishing points, which means that you also only have two types of lines: vertical line, or the line goes to a vanishing point. So it can be a lot more simple than one-point perspective, but it could also be a little bit harder to wrap your head around. In this assignment, I'm going to be showing you how to use two-point perspective, and you're going to be creating 5 objects floating in space using two-point perspective. 1 on the horizon line, 2 above the horizon line, and 2 below the horizon line. And one of the objects, either above or below, needs to be a complicated object, which I'll show you what that is in a bit. Let's go ahead and get started on the project, and we need to find a horizon line. The first step is going to be finding the horizon line. So go ahead and lay your paper down in landscape mode or horizontally. Measure down on the left and right hand side 4.25 inches or 4¼ inches. That is half of 8½ and that is the width of the paper, so that's going to be halfway across. Once you have your points on both sides, go ahead, connect the line together with a ruler, and this is going to be your horizon line. On either side of the horizon line, both the left and right side, I need you to put a bigger dot, and those are going to be our 2 vanishing points. The first object we're going to make is going to be one in the center. All you need is a vertical line to start with. This is going to be the corner of a cube, or the corner of the object. In this style of artwork, the faces are not going to be facing towards you. Instead, you're going to be looking at the corners. Go ahead and draw from the top of the vertical line to the vanishing points on both the left and right side. Depending on how long you make this line is going to be how wide and long the object's going to be. Once you have your lines going to the vanishing point, you can finish this shape off by drawing the vertical lines, ending the shape, and then erasing the lines that you no longer need. Next, we're going to be moving to the shape that's going to be floating in the sky. Now, this is going to be exactly the same as a shape that is below the horizon line. You start with the vertical line, and the same as before, you draw your lines going to the vanishing point depending on how long or wide you want your shape to be. But whenever you get this done, you're going to notice that you only see part of the shape. That's because you have not drawn in the bottom side of the shape yet. The bottom side of the shape follows the same pattern as the front side. Go ahead and draw a line going to the opposite vanishing point. And that will give you the illusion that you are looking up at the object. Please keep in mind that in this style of art, there is no horizontal lines. There's only vertical lines and lines going to the vanishing point. So what did I mean by complicated shapes? A complicated shape is a shape that is not just a cube. So you're drawing something else that has more than just 4 angles. In my example that I have here, I am drawing something that is basically an elongated L on both the left and right side. And this is a simple complicated shape. You will need to have at least one complicated shape in your artwork, but the process is exactly the same. You only have vertical lines and lines going to the vanishing point. Once you have all of your shapes done, you are going to be required to have 5 at minimum. I want you to go ahead and shade in your artwork. The bottom faces of the artwork are going to be the darkest values. The left-hand side of the artwork is going to be the middle values. The right side of the artwork is going to be the light values. And the top side of the objects are going to be white. If you'd like to watch this drawing in its entirety, I will be uploading that video, and it's also going to be in the link down below. Thank you all very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next lesson.